Shabbat Shalom. In this week's parasha, Parshat Pinchas, we are introduced to one of the most beautiful stories in the Torah. It is a story about five girls who come before Moshe with a request. Our father has died in the desert. We are only daughters, and thus, according to Torah law, we have no rights to inherit the land. But that's not fair. And by the way, our father was a good man. He was not involved in any of the uprisings of Korach. Please listen to our case. Moshe Rabbeinu, the teacher of the Jewish people, the custodian of our tradition, the one who brought down the Torah from Mount Sinai, the one who has access to all 613 commandments, where he sat and studied them on Har Sinai, is at a loss for words. He does not have an answer to their question. And in fact, he turns to Hashem and says, please help me. What is the answer? Spoiler alert, the answer is that the girls get their portion as well. But the question that bothers the rabbis is, why did Moshe not have an answer? Rashi, in his commentary, says that it was a punishment. Moses had arrogantly said back in the day that if there's any easy question, let it go to the judges. All the hard questions you bring to me. And this is Rashi. At this juncture, Moses forgets the rules. But I saw a beautiful insight by the Chafetz, in the name of the Chafetz Chaim, who said like this: Moshe Rabbeinu was listening to the case when all of a sudden the daughters of Tzelofchad added one little line. They said, our father was not involved with the Korach rebellion. Now, just in terms of history, the Korach rebellion takes place in the second year of the Exodus from Egypt. We're now in the 40th year. 38 years have passed since that moment. They mention it as a slight, as a passing comment. Moshe Rabbeinu had so much difficulty dealing with that rebellion, sees in front of him 5 girls whose father was not involved with Korach. And his immediate reaction is, I've got to help them. And then he realizes that there's a halacha that he himself had taught, which says, as a judge, you're not allowed to take a bribe. Because when you take a bribe, it seduces you, makes you err on the side of the person. When you have in front of you a rich oil magnate and a poor orphan or a widow, immediately your heart feels for that poor orphan and the widow. And they say, the rich man doesn't care, he's got so much money. Let me side with the orphan and the widow. Let me help them out. Torah says, no. You have to be tzedek tishpot avintecha. With truth, you have to judge your people. And Moshe Rabbeinu says like this: at this particular moment, I am now compromised. Because they said the words Korach, they weren't involved with Korach. My immediate reaction, says Moshe Rabbeinu, is I want to help these girls. And therefore, says Moshe, my judgment will not be a true judgment. And thus, he has to recuse himself and refer the answer off to Hashem. What a powerful lesson for each and every one of us. How quick it is to be caught up and to be to have that bribe, even when we think that there's nothing in the words themselves, but that just a little comment can transform how we view the person. And once that happens, we are no longer going to be the impartial judge. So when it comes to judging, when it comes to Moshe Rabbeinu says, I have to recuse myself, even though all of us reading the story would not even have seen anything negative in their words. And certainly the girls themselves did not mean anything by their words. But that's how careful Moshe Rabbeinu was. And that's how careful we need to be in our own dealings with friends, with families, with colleagues, with community. Always make sure that if we wish to judge, that it's pathetic, that's with truth. Because you never know that there might be that little bribe in our comments that sways you to side with them rather than the truth. Much to think about. Shabbat Shalom. Hi, this is Rabbi Lewin. If you've enjoyed the content of the sermons and the ideas that have been expressed in the YouTube video, please hit that first subscription button and notification bell and share the videos with friends. We'd love to grow the channel and love to engage with you. Please share your comments in the section below. I'd love to hear from you. Have an amazing day.